Okay, good morning. Here's the deal. We're on our way to Illinois. Things are a little crazy right now, so you really can't get out and travel. So we decided to make a little travel video out of our adventures to Illinois. So we're going over there for your grandparents that are having a surprise celebration. What's it for? Is their anniversary
It's
or
their
just
anniversary.
Anniversary? How many years?
I have no idea.
Yeah, well,
A lot.
We'll let you know later when we figure that out. But so we're heading over to Springfield, Illinois. It's about a 2.5 hour drive, and we decided to make a little adventure out of it to see what we can find to do on the way. So here's my very excited children.
Who's tired?
Allie's she's so looking forward to this today.
I only slept an hour and 30 minutes
Why?
because I couldn't go to sleep.
Okay.
She's just so excited.
Yeah, and she didn't even pack yet. So
Yeah, I
she
did.
up all night long and didn't pack until she got up this morning. So. Hi, Allie.
Hi.
So we're in Lynchfield, Illinois, on our way up to Springfield. Seen several places that we're going to try to stop at on the way back that look pretty cool. But first, we're off to the hotel to meet up with the rest of the family for the grandparents' surprise anniversary party. Yeah, like I said, we were going to try to find something to do today. So we found Lincoln's Home, National Historic Site. Unfortunately, the visitor center is closed and the house is closed, but we can still get out into the area around it, the park, walk around and see the house itself. We just can't go in. All right, so here is Lincoln's home. Get a little closer view of it so we can see. Right now the building's closed, you can't take tours. But as you can see up on the door, it says A. Lincoln. So this was the first house Lincoln ever owned, first and only house. When he arrived here, they say that he arrived with a horse and 2 saddlebags full of his stuff, and that's all he came with. You ever wondered where Lincoln did most of his business? Right there. And the best part is, it's 3 at a time. You can invite your buddies over, talk about business. I don't know. And check it out. If you're lucky enough to be on this side, you got a window view. Well, kinda. There's a little fence out there. Could you imagine walking from the house all the way out to there in the middle of the night if you needed to go to the bathroom? And remember, all they had was candlelight back in the 1800s. They didn't have flashlights, and really the street lamps were candles too. So they didn't have any light to allow them back. They had to hold a little candle as they're walking out, and just the sheer darkness, and go in there and hope there's no snakes in the toilet, I guess. But it just makes you thankful for what we have nowadays compared to what they had to go through in the 1800s. Okay, we're walking around the Harriet Dean House here, also known as Abe Lincoln's neighbor. It's located right across the street. The laundry shed, if you can see that there. Laundry shed. I don't know. Maybe if that was back in their time. It's got a washing machine, all that good stuff. I doubt it though. But just kind of walking around the house here, taking a look at all the neat stuff. Employees only. I assume that wasn't on there back in Abe's day. But it's pretty neat, as you can see behind me. And my son, hi, Say hi to the people.
Hi to the people.
It's pretty neat. So keep looking around, see what else we can find. If you guys are planning on coming to Springfield, Illinois, come over around the Lincoln House area, the historic park. It's actually really neat. If you're into history, or even if you're not, you can find a lot of things to do right here. And as the house and a lot of the things open back up, there's a lot more to do here. I know the museum is open. Unfortunately, we don't have time to go take a tour of that. One of our family members did, and they said it takes probably at least an hour and a half just to go through it. But if you do everything, you're looking at probably close to 3 hours. So if you're coming, you gotta check out this place. So GPS shows that the Lincoln tomb is only a few miles from here, so we're going to head over that way and see if it's open. So we're out here at the Lincoln tomb in Springfield, Illinois as burial site. It's really neat. As you can see the statues behind us, as the guide explained to us, those represent the different service members that served under Lincoln, like the infantry, the cavalry, the navy, and the artillery units. You can see in the front here, one of them is the one with the horse is the cavalry unit, and the other one's the infantry. And in the back corners, they have the navy and the artillery. We're going to walk around and see if we can get a shot of those as well. Okay, I noticed a minute ago I had my face mask down, but we don't have to wear them out here. We were told only had to wear them when we were inside trying to social distance from others who were on the tour. So now that we're out here, it was getting hot, so I just took it off. But this is the back side of the Lincoln Memorial. As you can see, the artillery unit up there and the obelisk, which represents, they said, the Egyptians. So the Egyptians used it to represent their leaders, the great leaders. And so it was erected here for Abe Lincoln to represent him being a great leader of our nation. We're in Oak Ridge Cemetery. This is the final resting place of Abraham Lincoln. Originally, when he was killed, they wanted to bury him in a location in downtown Springfield. But Mary Todd Lincoln and Abe Lincoln visited this site right after its dedication, around 1860. And on the way home, told Mary Todd that this is a place he would like to be buried. So Mary Todd fought pretty hard and ended up winning. And this is the final resting place of Abraham Lincoln. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so we're just finishing up with the Lincoln's tomb visit. It was pretty neat. Lincoln, his wife, 3 of his 4 sons are buried there. You get to see those, and the Lincoln tomb is set up front. So it's pretty neat. And we're headed back to Missouri, so we'll see what else we can find on the way. Sound good, guys?
Yep.
All right,
Let's go.
let's go. So another place we found to stop was the Cahokia Mounds State Historical Site that's located just outside of Collinsville, Illinois. They do have a visitor center that's open and it has a lot of artifacts from around the area, so let's go check it out. Okay guys, so we're walking around inside the visitor center here at the Cahokia Mounds, and if you can tell by looking behind me that there's quite a bit of stuff to see in here, and it's really interesting too. They have a lot of artifacts on display from digs from throughout the area. Now if we had more time, we could easily spend several hours in here really looking at all the history and the information they have to offer, but we don't have that kind of time. Okay, you got to check this out. I had to take a double take. I thought this was a mummy at first. Doesn't it look like a guy's just laying there dead? Well, as interesting as this place is, we are going to have to move on. So if you decide to come here, it is free for the public. However, they do ask for a donation when you come in. When you get done looking in the visitor center, they have several acres with numerous mounds that you can go walk on. They have hiking trails and a lot of different stuff to see outside. So let's go check that out. All right, so we're just kind of walking around down here at the Cahokia Mounds. As you can see behind us, that's one of the largest mounds here, the 3rd largest mound. You can actually go walk on that. Take a good while to do it. We don't have time to do that today, but we'll come back. This is, as you can see behind us, some stockades. It was used to wall off the city, or it's a replica. I wouldn't think that they're still around today after all these years, but that's pretty neat. They built it up, kind of show you here a little idea of what it would look like back then. We're going to walk up here a little ways. Something else that wanted to check out. We'll show it to you in just a second. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. I wanted to show you. This is a better view of the stockade that we seen just a moment ago, of kind of what it would look like more back then. So it's got the wood, as you can see, down on the end, and then they plaster over it. And this has been the wall to the city of Cahokia. Let's take a look inside. See on the outside here that the plaster behind us, they would align that with a type of mud, and that would have been the walls to the city surrounding these giant mounds that we're seeing everywhere. You could spend all day here, or at least the better part of a half a day, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
So the museum is pretty neat when, of course, when the COVID thing isn't going on. There's a theater, different things in there that you can go see. And just walking these mounds, I've seen a lot of people out running. So if you're into exercise, you can come here, run around the mounds, stop in, go climb them. It's pretty tall. See, it's still a pretty good ways away from us. There's a little park up here. People have their dogs out. But overall, for just getting away to go to a little family get-together, trying to find something to do on the way, it's been pretty nice. This might be our last trip, this might be our last stop before we get home, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I lied. We found one more area that we wanted to stop and see as we were headed out. This is Woodhenge. This is how they predicted their seasons. So it said that if you can see the center pole just off of my shoulder right over here. There it is, right there. They say if you stand at that and look at the sunrise, you can tell the seasons. So this is pretty neat. This is like what you'd find at Stonehenge, but they call it Woodhenge. It's pretty neat. Come check it out. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos.